Hey, what up, guys? I'm Julie Van Spleeker, and today my guest is Anastasia. How do you say your last name?
Hi, everyone. Cucentralis.
Oh, Cucentralis.
Cucentralis.
She's Greek, so I can't say her last name.
Yeah.
There's a lot of letters there for me to pronounce, and I think I have a speech impediment. But anyway, she is a really great person. She has it's called Life Rocks, right?
Yes.
She has a Life Rocks business where she makes crystals and she sells them on Etsy, right?
On Etsy and through Instagram as well.
She's got a pretty big following on Instagram too now. So follow her on the end. We'll put up her Instagram handle. I don't know what the proper words for that is. It's weird.
Sure either.
It's like when we're young, we just go username, and then like the proper wording for all that stuff is like, oh, it's your handle. I'm like, I don't know what a handle is. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about you being Greek American and also Puerto Rican. That's an interesting mix. I've never really met anybody that's Greek and Puerto Rican, maybe Greek and German or something, like something European, but never Greek and Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I definitely get that a lot. People are always like, it's always fun because no one can really pinpoint when they see me what I am. I mean, besides human. So it's always fun to get like a mixture of ideas. I always ask, well, what do you think? But what is it like? Growing up, I don't know, it depends, because it's like from the Spanish community, people look at me and they're like, you're not really Spanish, you're Greek. And then like from the people from the Greek community, they won't look at me as fully being Greek. You're more Spanish. So it's like a mixed, I don't know, I guess experience depending on who I was with.
That's interesting because like for somebody that's half black, they have to go through that all the time. They're like, oh, white people don't accept them because they're like, it's what the one drop rule, like if you're even a little bit black, you're black.
Yeah. And
then the black people think, oh, you think you're better than us because you're lighter skinned or whatever. But that's an actually interesting thing to see somebody that's non-African American to have to experience that, especially what's going on with today and the African American, just minorities in general. I don't want to just go, oh, African Americans or whatever. It's everybody that's basically I guess purebred. I don't know what a purebred white person is, and know what I mean?
It's hard because you think of like, then you have people that look at me and then they're like, oh, you're just, you're a white girl. Everyone's perception of it is different. I guess if you're looking at like the color of your skin, either being like black or white, but there's like yellow and brown and red all in between. It really depends, because then it's like, what do you consider, like when I think of like white Caucasian, it's more of like northern, like European, being that my family's like from Greece, it's like very far east of Europe.
Very tan.
And so it depends. I don't know. I'm sorry, I kind of fall off track.
No, it's all good. Again? But anyway, being that you're Greek, the number one thing I noticed about just foreigners in general, your parents are not from America, correct? Or your grandparents?
My parents were first generation here.
Okay.
My grandparents on both sides came here at like 16, 17 years old.
So with that being said, I notice a lot of just traditionally, I feel like people that are not really brought up in America, minus your parents, they tend to come here and they try to start businesses or do businesses. Now you work with your family. How does that impact you to start your own business with Life Rocks? And how does that make you feel? Do you feel like there's a standard that you have to stand up to, like perform to with your parents, or?
It's definitely like a constant battle, because working with the family business, it's definitely rewarding, but also stressful, because you never turn off, you never clock out. And then like being with the family all at once, it's craziness, but I think it's more rewarding. But being at the fact that it's not the business that I created on my own field of interest, that's kind of like where it gets troublesome, because now if I want to do my own thing, my parents my dad is like expecting me like, well, you already have this built here, like just take this over. And like I've learned so much from how to just run a business and so many dynamics involved in it, that I feel like I'm taking that and I'm carrying it and like learning to do my own thing. But right now I'm in between both.
Now, how did you even get started doing the Life Rocks? Like, what brought you to go, I'm really interested and intrigued in crystals and what their effects are and what they can do for humans? Like, how did you even get there, as opposed to like, oh, let's continue to do what my family's already built?
Sure. It was definitely a long journey. So it first started like once I came to college and taking different classes and thinking about life differently, and my diet started changing, and I really
mine needs to change too.
really started focusing on healing from within, and holistic healing. So not taking like, okay, I have a headache, let me take some pills, more like, what did I eat today? Did I get enough water? And then going through the path, like with my partner and some friends of ours, like, you know, that we're really on like the same wavelength of thinking and interest, and like, you know, being inspired of people from Instagram. Now that we have all these platforms, it's like I use that to learn. I don't use it to BS. Like I use it to learn from people. And basically in regards to the crystals and different gemstones, like we've all seen them like around. They've been in like, you know, it's in our jewelry, but they've also, ancient civilizations throughout the world have used them for their healing properties. Like it's metaphysics. This is like, they actually hold energy. Like you can take a transmitter and pick up on that energy. Like it's not a lie. So like I'm wearing some now, but
yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
This one that I'm wearing, they're both citrine.
You hold it up a little bit.
Sure. And basically just wanting these pieces not just to hold in my home or hold in my pocket, but let's wrap them and let's wear them, let's rock them. They're life rocks. So of my, you know, our friends and I, sorry.
No, go ahead. You keep going, because I don't know nothing about crystals. Now I'll buy stuff and I'm like, oh, it does this. I'm like, good, let me put it on my wrist so maybe I can get some of that energy or whatever. And I'm still not sure how to identify that at all. So, but I was gonna ask you now, what does this particular crystal do?
Sure. So this is citrine, and this is known as like the success stone. It's also
Give me one.
It's also associated with an energy center in your stomach, known as like the solar plexus chakra, which is like it's known to associate like with your willpower, and also attracting abundance, whatever it is. It's also followed by, you know, your intention. So it's, you can't just wear it and be like, oh, like not really be active.
She called me out.
You know, you have to be proactive in regards to, you know, really thinking about wanting something and really going for it. And, you know, it just, you know, each stone has it with different colors, has its own properties. And I'm still learning. Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. See, I didn't know, like, again, like I said earlier, I don't really know about these things, and I've always been slightly interested but too lazy to really do my own research. And I'm like, well, we've got Anastasia, so she can just tell me what it does, like, you know, whatever else. You know.
I'm still learning, and of course you can look, you know, online or.
And what's your Instagram again?
The Life Rocks Instagram is Life Rocks, LIFEROCKZ _, and that's shared with two other friends of mine that are involved with it.
Awesome. And your Etsy page as well.
My Etsy page is, right now it's just my personal one. It's Sincerely Tas. My nickname's Tas. Sincerely TAS, and you can find me on there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming and even doing this. And she's really busy. Like she said, she's a college student, so thank you again, Anastasia.
Thank you for having me.
Count that out. And go get her Life Rocks.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good one.